Apple has collapsed -6.12% to $275.15, a historic single-session move that demands your attention. In this video we break down what is driving this and what it means. Welcome to MTRS_Market Pulse. It is Friday, June 26th, and this is your complete global market briefing. A range-bound session is developing. Investor sentiment is being shaped by stock market today. Dow rises, S&P 500 and NASDAQ slip as RE jitters return ahead of Micron earnings, Yahoo Finance. Let us start with a quick look at how the major global markets are positioned today. Starting with the major global indices. S&P 500 is little changed, hovering near $7,357.49. Equity markets are responding to reports that Wall Street is getting trampled by an RE sell-off. South Korean market plunges 10%, CNN. NASDAQ 100 edged higher plus 0.75% to $29,440. Investor sentiment is being shaped by NASDAQ closes lower as chip sell-off resumes, Micron shares extend losses. Dow Jones is little changed, hovering near $51,921. Investor sentiment is being shaped by stock market today. Dow rises, S&P 500 and NASDAQ slip as RE jitters return ahead of Micron earnings, Yahoo Finance. DAX dipped -0.62% to $24,740. Traders are reacting to news that stock market news. Dow finishes higher, NASDAQ lower and S&P 500 flat. Apple and big tech stocks fall. Micron stellar earnings boost semiconductors. Investors monitor Iran. FTSE 100 is trading higher by plus 0.65%, at $10,530. Investor sentiment is being shaped by oil nears pre-war levels, but a top economist warns lower prices could mean higher inflation, Business Insider. Now let us turn to some of the biggest names in global equities. Apple plunged -6.12% to $275.15 in a significant session. Apple Intelligence adoption rate across the iPhone 16 base is the variable that will determine whether this cycle outperforms the last. Services revenue, now running at over $100 billion annualized, compounds regardless of hardware timing. The India manufacturing expansion de-risks the China tariff story meaningfully. Watch for any product announcement that could re-accelerate upgrades. Rocket Lab made a dramatic move today, plunged -5.53% to $80.69. Government launch contracts with the US DoD provide baseline revenue visibility. The Electron rocket utilization rate is the near-term earnings driver. Any contract win announcement or NASA mission assignment would be a meaningful positive catalyst for the stock. Samsung made a dramatic move today, surged plus 5.29% to $358,500. HBM3 yield rates for AI training chips are the most critical near-term metric. Any positive update would drive a meaningful earnings upgrade cycle. The memory upcycle is intact, but Samsung's foundry losses are a drag. A recovery in smartphone DRAM pricing would add a second earnings lever. ASML surged plus 4.45% to $1,841.18 in a significant session. High-NA EUV shipments are the growth engine. Demand from TSMC, Samsung, and Intel for the most advanced nodes is exceptional. The backlog visibility is multi-year. China export restriction risk is the key overhang. Any news on high-NA throughput improvements would be a catalyst. Now let us dig into the macro picture driving these moves. Geopolitical risks remain elevated. Traders are reacting to news that stock market news. Dow finishes higher, NASDAQ lower and S&P 500 flat. Apple and big tech stocks fall. Micron stellar earnings boost semiconductors. Investors monitor Iran. This is keeping traders cautious and supporting flows into defensive assets. Central bank policy is at the forefront of investor minds. Investor sentiment is being shaped by oil nears pre-war levels, but a top economist warns lower prices could mean higher inflation, Business Insider. On the data front, investor sentiment is being shaped by stock market today. Dow rises, S&P 500 and NASDAQ slip as RE jitters return ahead of Micron earnings, Yahoo Finance. Turning to commodities. Brent crude climbed to $75 per barrel, up 1.71% on the session. The move follows reports that markets news, S&P 500, NASDAQ fall for third straight day, oil prices dropped to lowest level since start of war, Investopedia. WTI crude climbed to $71.47 per barrel, up 1.61% on the session. The move follows reports that markets news, S&P 500, NASDAQ fall for third straight day, oil prices dropped to lowest level since start of war, Investopedia. Natural gas climbed to $3.27, up 1.58% on the session. Traders are reacting to news that stock market news, Dow finishes higher, NASDAQ lower and S&P 500 flat, Apple and big tech stocks fall, Micron stellar earnings boost semiconductors, investors monitor Iran. Gold edged higher to $4,041.60 per troy ounce, up 1.29% on the session. The gold move is partly driven by gold price could struggle through 2026 as it loses safe haven status to US bonds, buys McGlone, Kitco. Let us give you our near-term view on Apple. With the selling pressure we have seen today, the key support level for Apple is around $258.64. A failure to hold there could accelerate the decline and attract further sellers. For a recovery, bulls need to see a fundamental shift in the drivers weighing on prices. This is our view, always do your own research. In the currency markets, euro to US dollar is at 1.14, losing 0.04% on the day. Pound sterling to US dollar is at 1.32, losing 0.02% on the day. US dollar to Japanese yen is at 161.76, gaining 0% on the day. The move in the dollar reflects reports that gold, silver ETFs fall up to 4% as stronger dollar rate hike fears weigh, Business Standard. Before we wrap up, here is your watch list for the sessions ahead. Keep a close eye on central bank speakers and rate commentary, and key economic data releases. Any one of these could be the catalyst that defines the next major directional move. Independent market coverage, no subscription fees, no paywalls. If this analysis saved you time and helped you think more clearly about the market, please like the video. It costs you nothing and it directly funds more content like this. Subscribe for daily coverage across indices, stocks, commodities, forex, and crypto. Tell us in the comments, what are you watching most closely right now? Thanks for watching MTRS_Market Pulse. Nothing here constitutes financial advice. Please conduct your own due diligence. Good luck in the markets, and we will see you in the next video. That is your full global market briefing from MTRS_Market Pulse. Subscribe and turn on notifications for daily updates.